Hello guys, and welcome to a special edition of our Monday meal prep. We are here live with Dalene and Brett. How are you guys doing?
Good, thank you.
Great. All good.
Good. We are going to be talking about the weekend's Biltong. We're going to run through a cool Biltong salad recipe. And we're going to find out a little bit about David's business. Guys, do you have another sound playing there of this, or is it just through the phone? I'm just getting some feedback.
I can also hear something there, but it's not us.
Yeah, it's not us.
Not you. Okay, cool. So hopefully no one's got it on the video. So we're going to give you guys a few minutes to check in. Let us know if you're here. And we'll chat to Dalene and Brett shortly. I'm going through a few sort of interesting tidbits, and then we're going to go through the quick meal prep and show you how versatile Biltong is as not just a snack, but actually, in this case, it's going to be the centerpiece of a meal as well. And it's pre-prepared, so you just got to whip something up and put it together, and it's going to be good to go. All right. So let us know if you're here. I just want to load some comments and say hi to everybody. How's it up in Joburg today, David?
It is a beautiful, beautiful spring day, nice and warm. And I'm looking forward to the summer season. Enough of this dreary winter weather.
Did you have a cold snap come through now as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spring day was not spring day. Spring day was like a winter day. It was terrible.
We know the government cancelled the spring for a while.
Yeah. All the memes going around that sort of opening fridges for spring and all sorts of things. That was, we've been challenged for this day of spring.
Time looked glorious over the weekend. I saw all the pictures people were posting or walking on the beach. You guys are so lucky. You've got such beautiful scenery to walk and exercise to.
When it's not raining, you get spend some time in the beautiful outdoors. So today, I'm looking out the window in the kitchen and it's nice and sunny, which is awesome. So hopefully we get a little bit more of this. And today's lunch suits it as well. So if you guys are having a good spring day up there, so we down here in a nice sort of light fresh lunch,
Exactly.
which is going to be better. Okay. So just going to check in with some comments here. The captain is in the house. Jono, how's it going? His favorite thing besides Jules, he says, is Biltong. How does Jules feel about that? Nicole's here. Caro, Jardine, Beverly Paulson, good afternoon. Michael Simpkins, Daniela Wakeford, hello guys. Yoga, I don't know if we've lost some internet. You guys still fine with us, eh?
Yeah.
Good. Might just be mine that's gone down here. We were supposed to get load shedding, right? It's held off, so I don't know if we can snap now. Kim, hello. Nice to see you. Adet, Jolene, cool. I might lose out on some comments because of some internet, but if I don't catch you guys, I'll catch up with the questions and that as we go. Dalene, you've been on the one-on-one with us. How's it all been going?
Yes, the one-on-one's been fantastic for me. I've been with Jeff since lockdown, and I joined the one-on-one program in April and haven't looked back. I am in total 14 kilos down, lots of centimeters down, and it's such a sustainable program. You're not hungry. The coaches, everybody just rallies around you and motivates you in your darkest days, and we all have those dark days, and I've never come across something like this in my life. So I am one happy camper and one Jeffer, happy Jeffer.
Which is fantastic. On the food side, were there new habits that you had to create? Was it an overhaul, or was it just kind of adjusting things a little bit to a new way of eating?
So not really an overhaul, because I've been on so many diets. I think it's just crazy. I think women especially go on so many fad diets. But it's just more the support and understanding that with a meal, like I like to have, like, say, for example, just vegetable soup, and then you've got your coach to say, no, actually, add a protein, and then that's what stops the hunger, and then from wanting you to eat and snack in between, and that's when the danger comes in, when you snack unhealthily, and then it's just like a spiral downhill from there. So I've just learned to eat a little bit differently, add the protein, have the protein, no carbs after lunch, and the best part is your treat days, because you're able to, then you're not outdone by. So I look forward to my treat days.
So you appreciate the role that they play and how it works together.
Exactly.
And anyone on our one, yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, you go.
Definitely. I was just going to say, anyone on our one-on-one program knows that sort of protein is at the heart of a lot of meals, which ties in nicely to today's topic being more sort of about Biltong. Just want to find out a little bit more about. We've got some of your lovely stuff here in front of us for the salad. But why don't you guys give us a little history, how it all started, what makes you different, and why is it so delicious?
Okay. So BB's Biltong Bar has been around since 1997. My husband sitting next to me, Brett, the quiet one, started the business when he was in the corporate industry and just selling to his colleagues in the office. And 6 years ago, he left the corporate world to continue and grow the Biltong business. And it's been growing steadily. We've attended markets around Joburg, trying to get our name out there, and we offer a point of difference in that we deliver. The Biltong is Brett marinated and cures it in his own secret ingredient spice, and like I say, our point of difference is it's in the taste, actually, in the taste. And we also offer something quite unique, it's a product called chicken Biltong. So for those that dare, and I'm sure you've all seen it in stores, chicken Biltong, and by Adrian Dalene. And that is a real delicacy, and it's tasty, and what gives it its dark taste is Brett's secret marinade, actually, and that's our point of difference.
So I was telling you guys I've tasted some chicken Biltong before, and it's always sort of a bright color, or you're actually a bit worried about where the stuff comes from, but knowing that you've got a traceable source and sort of you guys, and I'm sure you can touch on your methods and your safety and all of that, and COVID and how that's affected you. But this chicken Biltong, nice flavor, good color, didn't look fake and artificial, and we could actually taste the chicken, which is great. And chicken Biltong, slightly leaner than beef Biltong, so it's a nice alternative for a dried product that if you're having Biltong beef all the time and you want a slightly leaner white meat alternative, you've got that as well. So it's it's a nice way to kind of mix and match up. But why don't you let us know a little bit about that, Becky?
So just Adrian,
how we prepare it and the COVID protocol.
Yeah, all of that.
Okay.
So I cut up obviously my chicken into the little strips. I put it into a marinade that uses to cure the chicken. Obviously, we don't want people getting sick from salmonella and all that kind of stuff. So I use a special curing thing. I don't use a lot of preservatives in any of my Biltong, which makes it quite different from the rest of the marketplace. There's styles that put quite a bit in, and you can taste the preservative when you eat it. So I try to steer away from that. So my Biltong obviously is going to be made fresh. I can't sit on the shelves for long periods of time, hence I'm not putting it into shops and garages and all that kind of stuff, because I don't want it sitting on the shelves for a long time. So we marinate it, we then hang it up. Chicken Biltong literally takes 2 days to cure and to dry, as opposed to normal Biltong, which can take up to a week, depending on how wet you enjoy the Biltong.
Okay.
So that's the difference of it. And then it goes into a special dryer. It's not just air dried. It's dried in a cabinet, with lightly meant heat, and obviously air circulation to keep it, good and consistent.
So when you dry Biltong, either chicken or beef, how much does the weight change? I just want to talk a little bit about why things become, like dried products become nice and dense. But if you've got a sort of 100 grams of beef or chicken, what does it end up as a Biltong weight? Do you know?
It can end up between 50 to 60 grams. Again, it depends on how wet you like it. So the wetter it is, obviously the more grammage it will be. But the average medium style of biltong would be about 50%.
Great. So from a sort of bang for buck kind of thing, when we're looking at protein as well, it's quite nice knowing you can eat half the amount to get a little protein dose. Again, going back to our structure around nutrition at Jeff and getting protein in. It doesn't always mean eating large volumes, but like in this and the salad that we'll whip up now as well, you can have a fairly small amount, a nice protein-rich option to fortify a meal. I was actually thinking sort of grinding some up, and we often talk about like using whey proteins or a protein powder or something. There's actually nothing wrong with doing a little bit of biltong dust, shaved biltong, and super dense. You want to just bump up the protein content of something, you'll get some flavor as well, which is awesome. So it might add another dimension to thickening sauces, or getting it into a soup or a stew that's otherwise veg-based and pretty low in protein. So it's a nice sort of rich option to go for.
Yeah. So we actually do grate it up. I've got
shavings.
Shavings. I don't know if you can see the actual biltong shavings. So it's quite fine. If I turn it around, you'll see it a bit better there. And that's very nice to sprinkle over your salads, baked potatoes, stew, whatever. I mean, it adds to the flavour of whatever you're cooking at the end of the day. And gives you that extra bit of protein that you need.
It's great, and it's a nice sort of easy way to do it. Loads of flavour, don't need a lot of it. It's going to give you a lot for a little, which is awesome. Cool. So Lisa says biltong test staple diet. So I'm gonna let you. We'll announce a little something that's coming soon. But I think by the sounds of it, there are a lot of people who rely on biltong a lot, which is a good thing. Keeps you guys in business as well. So. Penny, hello. Penny Auburn's checking in. Guys are collecting their dots. Dalene, how's your dot challenge going? You've recently been laid down, but have you still been keeping active?
So my dot is all the Jeff Ed.
Okay.
I've been checking in on the Jeff Ed and cheering everybody on the sidelines by watching some of the sessions. I've even been watching the lift sessions.
Yeah.
So just making sure that I can do that. So, watching everybody's comments. So I'm cheering everybody on.
Good.
So hopefully in the next week or so I'll be doing a little bit milder, start the program again and building myself up to where I left off, because where I left off was hectic and I was loving it. So hopefully I'll be back in the game.
Coach Louis will get you back there. He'll crack the whip.
Coach Louis for the win for tomorrow.
Yeah, Louis Legends. I saw someone else checking in just now and giving a tip to Louis. Marlies says for family in Germany they've even found a biltong supplier. So I was chatting to someone the other day as well who found some brewwurst in Germany. So these things are leaving our shores because we have them and realize how good they are. You go to the States and jerky's not nice, but exposing some of the real stuff, and it's super. Cool. Sabine likes some Yep.
Adrian, I just wanted to let everybody know that the biltong products are all beef biltong. There's no, even the casing, it's synthetic. So there's no pork content in any of our biltong products. So I just wanted to let everybody know that.
Which is quite rare for dribbles particularly, which we chatted about a little bit. So I had a sample, you had two. There's the chili one, which is nice, a little bit of chili ground up in the mince, which is very tasty, but I didn't realize it was all totally beef. So slightly better sort of fat profile that you get out of it, which is great, and the sort of synthetic coating as well, or casing. But still packed with flavor, which is very nice. So good sort of thing to know. If you're trying to stay away from pork, you can still use some of this dribbles. All right, Lisa wants to know how much are you allowed. So on our programs, a protein portion is about 30 grams. So it's just a small little cupped hand. I'll show you now once we start a little bit of prep. And that 30 grams is going to give you about 10 or 12 grams of protein. So it's a nice big sort of whack that you get from 30 grams, which is cool. So you might, for a snack, either need one or two of those, depending on your body size and your goals. If it's in a meal, you might need 2 or 3 of those. So it might be 30, 60, 90 grams, just depending how much you need. But you don't have to eat a lot of it, and that protein should keep you fuller for longer. One of the benefits of focusing on a good protein source in all of your meals is keeping you full in between. So you don't do like Dalene mentioned, a bit of the mindless snacking and getting hungry and always, opening the cupboard to see what's still lurking in there, even though you checked it a few minutes ago. But so nice option to get quick, easy, bang for buck protein in. Awesome. All right. Let me see if any other questions before we go on to our... Cool. Is your Drivos gluten-free?
No, it's not.
No. Unfortunately not.
No.
All right. And Biltong Poiki coming up. That's an interesting one.
Yeah, that's also quite good. I've actually got a couple of customers that order some nice, wetly, thinly shaved Biltong. Not the one that I'll show you just now, but like the sliced Biltong. And he mixes it all into a big Poiki sauce. He does it like every 2 weeks. He makes it.
Okay.
And he loves it.
Sounds delicious.
Does quite well.
Yeah.
Keep sending me pictures of it. I'll get envious.
Yeah. So that's a nice way to kind of do it. Someone's asking about vegetarian Biltong. I've seen a few different options. Some people do some mushroom, dry that out to make it, you get sort of similar flavor profiles. Have you ever tried doing a vegetarian Biltong at home?
I haven't tried it. It just doesn't sound right to me. I've seen the mushroom Biltong, but yeah, I haven't gone that route yet. Hence, at first people I used to look at chicken Biltong and think the same thing, like it's not right. But after researching it and trying a few things, it actually turned out quite nice. But no, I haven't tried the mushroom one yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. So that's what coming time.
From time to time, we do sell game Biltong as well. So we do make game Biltong, but that's really very specific and on demand. So we don't keep stock of that per se. So we make it up as and when it's needed.
Well, it's on demand from the hunters as well, because they've got to supply the wild, the game and that's sometimes difficult to get hold of. So I don't do that. I think.
Okay. You get so many different options in it, and most of the cuts that go into Biltong are all nice and lean. I mean, talking about game, it's very lean. So if you're doing some Drivos or something, you'll need to add a little bit of fat. But as a snack or a meal option, there are such nice lean proteins between beef or venison or chicken. They're all good options. So there's actually quite a lot we can do in it. Maybe we'll have to tempt you to try a mushroom one at some stage, and let us know how it goes. If you can get your flavor in there, it might be delicious.
What's also a good nice idea for a meal, you can have let's say, because of protein portion control, you could have a vegan patty, let's say burger, and then you put your sliced Biltong on top. So you still get your protein, and then you've got your vegan patty. So that's also quite a nice option.
Yeah. Get a bit of plant protein and just top it with the flavor and a bit of extra to sort of fortify it. Yeah. Cool. So I'm going to show you guys. Dalene shared a recipe of a Biltong salad with me. I jeffed it and tweaked it a little bit, just mainly for the sauce and things, but show a super simple, easy way to kind of do it, and it's literally going to take a couple minutes. The first thing that we're going to do, I'll tilt this down in a second, but just make a nice dressing. So meal preps, and I think one of our meal prep Mondays, we're going to do a little bit on dressings and sauces, and everyone always asks, but here's your first little taster of one. So I've got 3/4 of a cup of fat-free yogurt, okay? I've got 60 grams of blue cheese. My wife's not here today, so I get to eat blue cheese. She hates the stuff, but I love it. So if you like blue cheese, great. Make a lacquer sauce. It's kind of an adulterated ranch sauce kind of thing. So that's just going to mix in there with the yogurt, and that's actually going to be the fat content of our meal. and I've just got a 1/4 cup of, you can't see it, but it's buttermilk. So super simple dressing. Going to put a little bit of vinegar with that, mix it up, and that's going to go over our salad. All right. So let's tilt, and you can see it. Keep your questions coming in, and I'll try to see what's happening. Okay. So 3/4 cup of yogurt, 1/4 cup buttermilk. You can use normal milk if you want to. 60 grams of blue cheese, and about a tablespoon of white wine vinegar. And we're just going to mix it up. That crumbled blue cheese should mix quite nicely. If you're not a fan of blue cheese, or you just like it a little bit, you can add a slightly smaller amount. If you really want sort of full voltage blue cheese dressing, feel free to go more. So if you want to, you can send that through a blender. I actually quite like it a little bit chunky, because once we drizzle it over at the end, it's going to be great. But you can whisk it, you can blend it, but that'll last you sort of a few days in the fridge. So you've got something to whip out. Nice whack of protein from the yogurt, a little bit of fat from the blue cheese. Just give it a quick taste. A little bit of pepper. And we're done. Simple. Dalene, would you eat that? You're a blue cheese fan?
Great is, I'm not, but
I love
it's
blue
delicious.
Blue cheese and biltong go so nicely together. Like the umami of the blue cheese and the saltiness of the biltong, and they work quite nicely. That in a salad will be a winner. So Brett, maybe you can try this. Dalene, you can keep your previous dressing. Right. We're getting some love for blue cheese. Dean, Nivi, Michelle, you guys love your blue cheese. Awesome. Nice way to add a decent fat option into the meal. So small, 60 grams in there. This dressing is going to get through about 3 or 4 servings. So it's only about half a serving of fat, which is pretty cool. Nice and lean. Just loads of flavor. Okay. So I'm going to tilt you guys down, and I've just got a nice head of lettuce. Quite simply, going to cut it in half. Cut off the little nib, and what's quite nice, just going to open it a bit so the dressing and everything goes in there, but for no other reason in presentation, it looks pretty. We're just going to pop everything on there. So I've got a few nice coloured tomatoes, so a nice fresh salad, and a salad that you can eat with a knife and fork is always great. Okay, so we've got that going, and I'm going to, I could have used some of the chili sliced, but I'm just going to use the old regular sliced. Okay, the chili might be nice in there. So a quick visual: 30 grams of biltong if you're on our one-on-one program. Is about that. So that's one protein portion. So this is for my lunch. I'm going to double it up. So about 60 grams. Got 2 portions of protein. And I'm going to dice it really quickly. Okay. So we're just going to have little chunky bits of biltong scattered over there. So for your meal prep, biltong is a super thing that you can stick into little containers to get you through the week. And you'll know all of your snacks are done, weigh out your portions, and then put them together so that you've got a banquet. It's one of the things you can keep in your cupboard, in your drawer at work, in your cubby hole in the car. And it's always on hand, and you've got a better option to snack on, and you've created a good sort of option with that. Okay. So all we've got to do now is dress it. I'll try to get it into the, there we go. That's going to go a long way. You can see how far that is. We might get loads of servings out of that. Some chives just to make it look pretty. And a little bit of salt on top. Okay. Quick, simple salad to eat with a knife and fork. Loads of flavor, banged with protein from some lovely sliced biltong. Also a little bit extra in the dressing. The healthy fat on here is the blue cheese. I did grab a couple pecans, so because that blue cheese went a long way, if you're not trying to keep your fat down too much, you maybe want a little bit of extra texture. Some walnuts or pecan nuts will go quite nicely in here. You get a little bit of a crunch. So there should be loads of different textures going on here. Should be lovely. And that literally took me 5 minutes. Lovely. Where's the camera? There we go.
Very nice.
How does that look?
Delicious.
Send it our way.
Yeah, send it our way.
Is there too much goodness on there for you, Brett, or would you give it a crack?
No, that I'll definitely allow. There's nothing wrong with it. Yeah.
So really simple. We've used some good quality produce in there. So we've got some beautiful biltong from BB's Biltong Bar. You guys are only up in Joburg, okay?
In Joburg, we're working on an e-commerce site. We are able to deliver to Durban and Cape Town and around the country, but obviously our customers are based in Joburg. Yeah. So we hopefully our Joburg Jeffers will be in contact with us, and we're happy to help and see how we can help you.
And how can they contact you, Haley?
So we've got our website, which is bbsbiltongbar.co.za. We're on Instagram and on email, bbs@bbsbiltongbar.co.za, and also on Facebook. And alternatively, they can contact us on our mobile numbers, which are on the internet. And yeah, and we also do, I just wanted to mention, we do give presentations as well, Biltong presentations. I'm sure everybody's heard of Biltong cakes, which is quite substantial. Yeah, it's like a protein overload. So those that are wanting to spoil somebody or want a corporate gift, and they're welcome to contact us. We do gift pair hampers and corporate gifting as well.
Lovely. And our roadshow is going up to Joburg pretty soon. And for our Joburg roadshows, we'll let you know a little bit more about the mechanic behind this and how you can enter. But you guys are going to stand a chance of winning an awesome hamper from BB's Biltong. 650 rands worth of biltong, all sorts of things, the goodness that Brett's just described and all the lovely samples of different things. Follow us. You're going to have to attend. You'll have to be involved in the roadshow. You're going to have to tune in something. We're going to let you know how to enter. But I think that's a lovely prize. Thanks, guys. It's going to be awesome.
Our pleasure.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us on the show and the opportunity to present our product.
Cool. Well, thank you. I'm going to send you, I'll post one of these on Instagram. I'll tag you guys. Quick recipe of what all went into there. Everyone wants to remember and know how. So that's in. And hopefully someone will give it a crack, and we'll see it on the Jeff member page.
Yeah, we're going to.
With your creation. Maybe we should get someone to create some stuff and tag you, and we'll look at the competition around that. So I'll have to come up with your own.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
We'll sort it out. Yeah. Cool. Thanks so much, guys. Lovely stuff. It really tastes great. Nice variety of different things. So if you're up in Joburg, give them a shout. Look out for the competition that's coming that way. Other than that, very useful source for snacks, for meals, like I've just showed you. Makes a nice sort of nutrient-dense option. Good way to start your meal with your protein base and get your portions right, and you bang on. Mix up the flavors like we've done here, and there's all sorts of different things you can do with it. Guys, it's been fun doing Meal Prep Monday with you. Dalene and Brett, thanks so much for helping us out.
Thank you.
Good. And Wednesday, we've got Jeff Cook. lovely pea and prawn dish that's going to be whipping up. If you don't want to do prawns, you can do some halloumi. And then on Friday, we've got another nutrition Jeff Ed talking drinks, alcohol, your weekend tipple. So that should be interesting as well. So, guys, have a fantastic week. I hope you get your Monday off to a good start, Dalene. I hope you're back and fight some fit ASAP. But otherwise, hopefully we'll see you at the Jugger Greg show pretty soon.
Yes, thank you. Thanks, guys. Have a good week.
Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.